How much value, psychological or monetary, do you place on your mortgage? Sub 3. I'll start by saying I think sub 3 are extremely valuable. However, you only get one life to live. I wouldn't sacrifice my happiness to keep a mortgage that places me in a situation where I'm unhappy with where I'm living or spending the rest of my life. It's not just the interest rate but also the value. Bought my house in 2020 and I'm paying $1,800 month. Now it would cost over $5,000 month. This is definitely reflected in the types of people moving in. It's less the value of the sub 3 mortgage and more the harm of a 7 mortgage. I sold my 2.8 house because we didn't like where we lived. So, when it came down to it, it had zero impact on our decision to move. It makes an $1,820 month difference. That's almost $22,000 per year in just extra interest payments. Whether it was going to be or not, it will be my forever home now. 3-2. 1600 square ft. 206K 2.2530 on a golf course. $1,100 with pity. My same house today would cost $2,100, $2,300 last I checked. Even if shit hit the fan and I had to make cuts, I literally cannot downgrade. There's nothing cheaper. So how much value do I place on it? It's absolutely paramount to me. Monetary? A frickin' crapload. Psychologically? None, because I was fortunate to get a place I don't have any desire to move from. So I don't have even the slightest feeling of being trapped by my mortgage. Quite a bit. It makes a $2,820 month difference. That's almost $33,840 a year in extra interest payments we save. It's remarkable. A sub 3 mortgage locked in for 25 years is basically free money. Presently it's worth about $682,000 in savings based on current rates over 20 years. Having a low interest rate compared to what's available today saves us $17,000 a year currently in interest. My property was purchased for $200,000 zero down VA. Refinanced at 2.625, my property would likely now sell for $310,000 to $350,000. If I were to buy today at, let me check. Holy heel, it's 8.5 instead of a $1,410 mo pity. I would have a pity of $3,500-ish. For the same damn property. But you say, if I sell, I'd have up to $180,000 equity today. Okay, but the only reason I would move would be gore a bigger house, which would be $500,000 or more. Same thing. I'm not looking to have a $4,000 pity. I'm really relieved and proud that I got my shit together in time to lock in a historically low rate. It's a money printer because my VA disability compensation covers the mortgage as a rental. $1,661 for something I paid $306 for in 2018. Worth $430 now. 3.125. Then my primary from 10/2021 is 3,000 SQFT with a 3.125 rate too. $2,819 for something I paid $620. Worth $680 now. Until a major structural shift happens with capitalism or climate disasters insurance. I made out like a fucking bandit as a millennial. One money printer and one non-starter home. My 2.49 mortgage literally places me in a completely and totally different class and neighborhood than it would if I bought at 7 today. My house was $700K purchase in 2020. Oh, $500K. Refied to 2.49 in 2021. Today in 2023, the house estimates at $1,100K. Between the 40 market lift and the 3x rate lift, I'd simply not be even close to where I am today. And a sell and repurchase wouldn't put me in much of an advantage. I could move down dramatically to what is now a $500K house and be close to closing with cash. I jumped from 2.7 to 5.5 this year. From a townhome to a SFH. 2805K. I thought it would be much worse mentally and financially than it is. Plus, if I ever need to sell and move, it's way easier from a SFH. 2.75 here. Bought in 2020. Monetary a lot. Although I have regrets that we didn't go bigger and more expensive because the house is a little smaller than we'd like. Psychological. I hate debt. I hate interest. And like money, so paying less than 3 is baller. We can stay as long as we like. Both are on recession-proof jobs. And are lucky enough that when we buy a bigger home we most likely won't have to get rid of this one. Not swimming in money by any means, but it works out. It's most likely the single greatest financial win of their entire past, present, and future life. Total payment value of 7 mortgage over total payment value of payments of 3 mortgage over 30 years, compounding interest at prevailing rates for HYSA or treasuries or whatever investment vehicle you want. It's an opportunity to rent rather than sell if you want to move. The bigger the loan, the higher the difference between fair market rent and your pity. Don't forget the maintenance. I have a filter on my dating apps for sub 3. It's the new 6 feet tall for men. If I had to sell and move, I'd place a 6-figure monetary value on it. That's the amount of extra interest it'd be paying on a new higher rate. I bought 4-5 years back and later refinanced at 3. Whenever I am sad, or disappointed, or feeling blue, I remember my affordable mortgage and dry my tears. The fact that this generation struggles with basic housing costs is sad, not to mention some folks' student loan debt. Quite a bit. I'm at 2.5 on a 30 years fixed. Took out HELOC too. I won't sell till it's paid for. If I move, I keep the HELOC and rent it. I have a 15-year 2.25 rate on my forever home. The goal is to have it paid off and never need a mortgage again. My next retirement home will be paid in cash. I'm at 3.5. If I had my mortgage at today's rate, it would increase my monthly payment by about $500. I wouldn't be able to afford to live here at that payment, and every other house, even crappy run-down ones, are going for double what I paid for mine a few years back. So, to me, the security I get from having an affordable, normal place to live is pretty much priceless at this point. We are locked in at 2.4 and we are never, ever leaving. The exact monetary difference with the alternative. About $100K. On the property I bought late 2021 for $390K at 2.6. If I bought this property again today, my mortgage would cost me about $100K more over 7-8 years, which is as far out as my brain can forecast important life decisions. I think about my 2.125 almost daily. Had it for over 2 years now. It's the reason my wife and I are able to afford putting 2 kids through daycare while continuing to work. We are deeply thankful and feel very lucky to have it. If we were to sell and buy something new right now, our monthly payment would more than triple. Originally bought the house back in 2017, so we had a very low purchase price as well. I love my mortgage heart. We love our area and home. So our sub-3 mortgage is probably one of the most valuable financial investments we have. It will become problematic in about 20 years as I start to get into my 70s because we have stairs. The goal is to be in a single story by then and renting this home out. Very endgame is the home is passed to our children because of the HCOL area we are in. It will be very valuable.